Welcome to Social Cognitive Theory, a presentation by E. Thomas Anderson. According to Dr. Albert Bandura, social cognitive theory is founded on an agentic conception of human development, adaptation, and change. To be an agent is to influence the course of events by one's actions. Social cognitive theory subscribes to a causal structure grounded in triadic reciprocal causation. In this triadic codetermination, human functioning is a product of the interplay of intrapersonal influences, the behavior individuals engage in, and the environmental forces that impinge on them. Because intrapersonal influences are a part of the determining conditions in this triadic interplay, people have a hand in shaping events and the course their lives take. Let's unpack Dr. Bandura's comments into some general principles of social cognitive theory. According to Professor Jean Ormrod, one of the first principles of social cognitive theory is that people can learn by observing others' behaviors and the consequences that result. A second principle is that cognition plays important roles in learning. Another principle in which social cognitive theorists differ with behaviorists is that learning can occur without a change in behavior. Lastly, a major principle of social cognitive theory is that people can have considerable control over their actions and environment. As both Dr. Bandura and Professor Ormrod noted, environment is an important factor within social cognitive theory. In 1941, two behaviorists, Neil Miller and John Dullard, proposed that an individual uses another person's behavior as an antecedent stimulus, in particular, a discrimination stimulus that calls for an imitative response. Eventually, imitation itself becomes a habit, which is referred to as a generalized imitation. By the 1970s, social cognitive theorists developed these ideas of imitation and modeling as reflected in several principles, the first of which is that the observer is reinforced by the model. Secondly, that the observer is reinforced by a third person. Thirdly, that the imitated behavior itself leads to reinforcing consequences. And finally, that consequences of the model's behavior affect the observer's behavior vicariously, which is known as vicarious reinforcement. These principles of social cognitive theory can be utilized in the classroom by recognizing that students often learn a great deal simply by observing others. A more formalized example of imitation and modeling can be found in Donald Meachenbaum's 5 Steps for Promoting Self-Regulated Behavior. So too, social cognitive theory can be utilized in classroom management by recognizing that describing the consequences of behavior can effectively increase appropriate behaviors and decrease inappropriate ones. Hopefully you've enjoyed learning about social cognitive theory. For further information on this topic, simply go to Dr. Bandura's website or perhaps pick up one of his published works on the topic.